poking tool would grab it through, it'd be wonderful. Get a string. Not a string in a good way. Now remember, it's not hoarding. It's a stash. It's a usable stash. Yes, I am going to be doing some old ornament boxes. Thank you all who hoarded on them. Thank you all who did not throw them away or use them to store your ornaments again. And that had the foresight to hold on to them, resell them. The viewer shout out for the viewers that sent me some of these boxes. You might see some that you sent me. It just all depends on what inspires me to create today. But yes, we are making some little vignettes, some Dollaramas inside old ornament boxes. So all year long, I'm looking at items that I feel as if they can fit, because it's really not that big of a space. So you have to think of like what will fit in there, what won't be overstuffed, or it is fun to actually like have them coming out too, like that 3D effect. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get decorating some of these boxes up. Okay, so here we go. I've got my stuff out. I have my, like, what I think I might fit into this box. So first we're going to take the box apart, obvious. We are not going to need the insert. We are happy when there is a back. Not all boxes that you're going to find are going to have the back with them. And then we do not need, somebody had taped this in. We do not need that. I might even put that in my stash because I do come across old ornament boxes that no longer have the cellophane, that need a cellophane replacement. They're full of ornaments. So I'll probably hoard on that to make sure that it doesn't fit something that I need it to fit. So we have that. I don't know. Let's see if we can get this little price tag off the back. Okay. Ripped off more than I wanted to get to, but it's all good. It's all good. So now we kind of have to come up like, okay, how are we going to display this? Like, how should this box sit? Like, should it sit upwards? Should it sit on its side? I'm always looking to see like that so it looks like I can sit it on its side like this, that I don't need because the American Made and American Made is on two different areas there. So I think I can sit it here. And I fell in love with this little guy, though I'm personally not a fan of his vest. Makes him look like a hunter, and I don't want him hunting. So it may not even make him look like a hunter, but I know that I want to fit him in here. So you got to kind of get your idea of how you want something to look before you start gluing it all in place. So I have some red trees, and then as you see, they're too tall, but I can cut off the base. And I have another little red tree. Sometimes I like to add dimension to it. It doesn't always have to be the same tree over and over again. And then there was this cute little putt style house that somehow I want to be able to fit into this design. You know, even though it's not the same size as him, I could hang it up. I could make it look like it's farther away. It is so super cute. It's got an ornament. It's not old, but it's already blinged. But so there's things first. The back of the box is not very pretty. Nope. So we are going to cover up the back of the box with something. Now remember, it's not hoarding. It's a stash. It's a usable stash. If you have a purpose or can see using it anything, it's not hoarding. So a while ago, I had bought all this textured paper from somebody at an auction because I thought it's nice heavy fiber. It's heavier than decoupage paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and I am just going to trace around the box. And then cut out my backing. Yes, it fits in there. To use some double stick tape to stick it down. That way you don't see the, you know, sometimes hot glue bunches up. I wish the tape runner would cooperate most of the time with me. I feel like you only like use half of the tape that you actually. Come on. Getting it started is always the pain in the butt. There we go. How much tape I can waste in your life, right? Okay. Nice backing. So then I'll just measure again. It's easier to do it now before we start filling the box up. And since I know the tape gun's going to give me fits trying to get in here, I'm just going to use a roll of double stick tape. Take that, tape roller. There's always some little part of crafting that slows you down, right? And if I cut too much, we can always cut more of it off. Now that I've worked on that part of the box, this one's broken, but I do buy some of this tape from Amazon. That way I can get that taped, and it has that nice strong edge. It's going to be hidden, you're not going to see it, so pictures and I know my tree is too tall, so I need to take it off its base. And then take the price tag thingy off. And then I'm going to have to cut this part off because it'll poke through, so we don't want that to be going on like that. So now it is much shorter and it will fit inside. I have the one with a little bit of snow. Let's see if I can get into the bottom of this. They didn't want you to take that one off. But there again, I need to flatten that out so that it's not. So I have to think about it. So it's all about playing, y'all. So the trees might go in the middle. This might go onto the side. Okay, so now I have to figure out. That's why I didn't cut the wire off. Okay, so where would be a good place for a hole? Right here, I think. And if my Cricut poking tool would grab it through, it'd be wonderful. I don't know if it will do that or not. Not, right? I can poke it through there. Yes. Hold that in place. I can use this tape. I know this tape is very strong. I've got it. Why not? It's back on. There we go. I think he needs a piece of styrofoam to sit on. It's almost the same exact, almost the same exact width. Oh, it's showing. We don't want it to show, so I gotta take a little bit more off. So I cut another piece of foam for this to sit on. He's gonna sit on that, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cover him up with that same backing that I have back there. I stuck a little bit in there. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue. I ended up using some tape because it was kind of like you could see through when I was gluing it. So I made sure that, I'm like, ooh, you can see it. We don't want to see it. So I glue that one in place. Same thing here. Try to figure out which one's my best side. Place. Bring this back down. And now I can put a little bit of hot glue down here to hold this in place. There's our commitment, right? And then I'll probably take a little bit of a bead of glue now, and I kind of have that in place just to hold the box together. So that it's not. Okay, now I'm going to do a bead of glue to get this little guy in. And then work the trees around. And I'm going to crisscross applesauce his little, so they stay that way. Okay, so we got that much. I'll push it as far over as I can go. Over and down, over and down. This little hand needs to get out of the way. So I can get that one back in there. So I'm actually going to glue some of the ornaments so it doesn't look like it's just hanging out there below here. So I'm going to put a little hot glue's our friend this season. I'm going to leave it so you can see the hangers because I think that gives it character. And I thought about him holding a present, but I think he should hold one of these bulbs too. So let's get his arms, okay, move his arms out of the way. And then I'll put some more hot glue. I do like to use multiple sizes, though these don't have the same top. That's okay, different sizes. So I have some of these that I'm going to add in here and there. And yep, I'm sticking a lot with just reds. Now as I'm adding the little balls in, I'm like, you know what, I can do some silver. I've got some silver hanging out there. I felt like I needed some bigger of the silver, so I'm going to add that in. Try to anyway. So I feel like I need a tree behind here, but I'm not going to use red. So I have this one that I've already pulled off its base. So I'm going to take my nips, a little bit of hot glue, pray for the best, tucking that in there. Oh. And then try to get that tucked in there. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's not, you know, as big. I don't want it necessarily too big, but I don't want that to get in my way of gluing it. Oh, look at it's picked up. It's picked up a hanger. What? No way. Yes, I have a tote full of bottle brush trees. If you have not seen my other channel where I share my hauls with y'all, that's where you need to check it out. See my shopping, how much I go shopping to find treasures to do all these little vignettes for you all. If I don't shop, I'm not going to find this yummy stuff to be able to create with. And you'll know when you know. Meaning you'll know when you're finished. You just keep adding on to it until you love it. I think I need to put a tree next to him. The green tree. I love the red trees, but I also like the green trees too. And I don't want to say a gazillion of the green trees, but I have a lot of them. I feel like the chimney needs to have something coming out of it, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of this garland from Walmart. Put a little dab of glue in there since I decided to take the string off. Fold that little wire, and then we'll just have it kind of coming out of there. Traditional, probably not, but I like it. So now I have this space right here. Then I'm going to use one of these little silver reflectors. I'm going to glue that in place. Okay, so now I got the reflector. I have this little light cover. I'm going to put a little glue on that. Put that right there. And then I have this other little clear light cover. These things come in so handy during this time, y'all. Well worth the investment for all those little added details. I don't want the green part of this little light. Yep, I just want the bulb. Then I'll put a little glue on him. And we'll stick him right in the middle. I think I'm going to have some of this hanging down. I love this stuff. Put some hot glue. And then tuck it. Can you have too much of it? I don't know. I don't think so. I love it. And somebody had this price tag. But it says Merry Christmas, and I think it would be perfect right there. Nothing like reusing. Hey, well, thank you for my little embellishment there. The little thing had a hole, so you don't fill a hole. So I have this little embellishment that I'm going to put on it. You don't always have to use the same thing over and over again. I have these beads, but I just want, it was some type of garland, but I just want the red beads out of it, which match those little beads, to string up here in the snow area. Guesstimating where a middle section might be. We're going to call this the middle section. And having them hang. Oh, so much fun creating these. To finish it off, I'm going to use these little candies right on top. It needed something, but I didn't want to take away from the star or the sign that I'd already put there. So I think those are perfect. So my next box is this one. Though I don't know how terribly old it is at $4.49, which seems like an upgraded price in today's world. And maybe because it is older and it had some fancy ones in there, I don't know. But take this insert out and all the hangers. This is kind of creamish. I thought this would be a great background for it. So I'm going to go ahead and just do what I did before, trace. I can't link this. I don't even know where you get this. If you're a multimedia person, it was a folk artist estate auction that we were at. So she had lots of texture going on. So I was happy to get some of her supplies to be able to create with. Okay, now I can put got all sides covered. I'm going to go ahead and slip my box back and make sure that it's going to stand up properly. Glue this in, and I don't have to worry about anything. So I want to fill this up, and I have a couple little people I want to put in here, and I was thinking of layering up some green balls, some ornament balls that I had extra. Some of them had texture to them. Some of them were on a stick for some reason. I don't know. Oh, turn the heat down. He makes a great filler in there, so we're gonna go ahead, and he's already been glued once before. I tried to clean him as best as I could. Lay this down a little bit. Her hair is so funky, don't mess with it. That's what makes her super cute, but she doesn't need the ornament hanger in her head anymore. She's dirty, she's got a present in her hand. I tried to wipe it off as best as I could. I think that was supposed to be a bow that's been smashed and faded and that whole thing. Oh my gosh, they are funny. Yes, no? Down here maybe? Maybe with a smaller one? Then I could fill some more in there. I mean, I was positive where I wanted him, but I think she does need to go down here. So I need to find some smaller bulb to go behind there to push it out for her to be able to sit. And then I have this other ornament that's glass that I'm going to tuck next to it into that corner. So now to bring it out a little bit farther, I have a bulb, a light bulb. Same little pointy going on there, but in the green color. You know when you know. You know when you know, y'all. Because it's not new. It's old and been loved and played with and found and not thrown in the trash. So we're going to get her glued into those bulbs with their little feet sticking out. Their little funky hair. Yeah. Do I have anything with a pick? There we go. There's a little pick. Let's just funk her hair up a little bit more. Because I am a just because I'm a retired hairdresser doesn't, I'm still a hairdresser, right? A couple of these that are still on the greenery form, so I'm going to go ahead and use that to my advantage to stick that back there. Because it's okay that things come out of the box. Glue this one down though, because he's kind of boinging out. And then I like the red added in there. There we go. I found some smaller green. Already tested. I'm gonna keep pushing the red ones out there. Sometimes they're a little bit difficult to hold on to. Sorry, y'all. I had to turn that towards me so I could see. So these ones are always fun because they are matte, or not necessarily. I mean, you do once in a while find a shiny one, but a lot of times they are matte. And that way you can get some more texture in there. Variations of height. So I have this little ornament. I know that I'm definitely sticking up here to be like the shining star. I'm not gonna overthink at this moment in time anyway. Hey, right? Who overthinks? I don't know who that is. Digging, I found this sweet little mouse, and I think he matches them, the age, So I think I'm going to have him hanging out over here, though I need to go ahead and glue this bulb in so it doesn't move. And then I think I'm going to glue this little mouse. His ears were supposed to go the opposite way, but I spin them the other way so that you see the red. Oh, it's all about having fun, creating and having fun. And now I can stick a couple of these kind of things in there. That will keep everything nice and tight. Lots of textures. I'm going to go ahead and add these little light covers in. But I'm going to do it opposite. I'm going to do the red in the green, and then the green in the red. This one's a little broken, so I'll just have to make sure. They're old. Aren't we all a little broken? So I'll just make sure that that is at the bottom. Another thrifted tinsel. This is old stuff. Just to make her hair look a little bit better. Trying to anyway. Because you can't really even tell that that's a bow. Like doing surgery. It's like doing surgery. Right? Oh. There. It's kind of like her halo. Some broken garland that I think I could put some little presents in this little corner. It's got that gold to match what we just did in her hair. Do a couple little fillers in here and there, I think. Like you need the world's tiniest little fingers to do all this. Right? So I have these little bells. They don't sound very good, but I'm just adding them here and there for filler. Another added texture. And then the green of these matches the foil in that a little bit better. Back to my jar of goodies. Yet again, some gold. And that really has a hole right there, so I think that needs to go in there. Well, and I feel like I need to add bells. There's all these little bells. So I did go mustache. I do have these. They actually have a better sound than those. So before adding the bells, I think I'm going to, I have this garland. Always pick through people's Christmas at estate sales, y'all. So I think this would go well. As long as I get it all twisted the right way. Line here. Kind of have it going. I kind of have to bend that wire to make a corner there. Now I think these fit in. Now I can just put them on the one side, and I think they'll fit in perfectly. You know us junkers. So Noel, Merry Christmas. They are vintage. Yeah. Merry Christmas. To fill in that other corner. Okay, now my next one is going to be a long box. So I'm going to see if I can guesstimate of what size these holes are to fill them up with some Florofoam. So I'm looking for some trees for some height. I've got some little elves. Some little pixies to put in there. We'll see how that goes, what all actually fits in here. But I'm gonna like start off, my center will be this fun little tree. Thinking that's the middle. Oops, got get my star right. Get my star right. There you go. Shorter though, I don't, so tall. I don't need that much. My trees are just kind of be grouped together. Hopefully by the time we're done with this, you will not see the bottom. So I'm going to start adding some bulbs in. Yes, they are vintage and glass. Necessarily have to be a bulb. It doesn't necessarily have to be a tree. It can be this light bulb. Ooh, turn that baby down. I'm gonna use this one. Take its base off. So I'm gonna glue it on top of that blue bulb. Yes, you can. Yes, you can glue it right onto an ornament. So now I have some of these fun. I love these. I love the texture of these. But they're plastic and they got that sharp point. Sides, I don't know. We'll see at the end. Won't break my heart if it's not. Right? I'm really just working kind of like on my back area here. Filling stuff in. Trying to remember to add colors in to match everything. So a lot of primary colors, I guess. If I get too far, I better glue my little guys in. Seeing where that I wanted them. I wasn't sure if I was using all three or just the two. So I definitely want him to be right there. Commitment with some hot glue. I have this big piece of candy, which I thought would be awesome. So it looks like it was an ornament that had some fish line that hung it. So let's see if I can get that cut off. And then I have some more of the candies. Yet again, I'm going to just pull that off. With his niece. There we go. I really like these as they are, like, so I just folded that over because it reminds me of a balloon, you know, like a bunch of balloons. I have to figure out what length they could be. I have another set and another color on the other side, which I think will work. I got to clip off one because one did not survive its life and it is broken because they are glass. Some holes I'm going to start filling in. Oops, slippery little guy. We don't too much holes, so I'm trying to add color where I can. Trying to add like multiples of them if I can too, so you so look at these icicles. They have color, not just your regular old ones, but they had, you know, multiple colors in there, so I'll be able to add some more height in here. So that's cool. Make more room, right? Make more room. Oh, I guess that one's in there. I'm not going to try to pull it out. So to add in some more plastic, we have these light covers. I feel like there's a hole right there the way that tree dried. Now I'm not going to take the base off this one because it'd make it too short. But I don't think you're really going to even see the base. So I'm playing with some of these reflectors right now. So you can't, like, you have to cut some of it off to get them to work into the design. But I like the little shininess that they're bringing in. Even though that covers up some of it, I really like that on the tree. Is it too much yet? Or not enough yet? Because I have some little Santas that are blingy. They're blingy. 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 I can't help it. Yes, even though they are so much smaller than what the elves are. I don't care. I just think they're adorable. So we are going to add them in. And I don't want to put too much bling on the front because I don't want to take away from the shiny bright box. But I do feel like it needs a little bit of bling. So I'm just going to use this simple little shiny ribbon that will correspond with all that up there. Right underneath the trees. One more hole I needed to fill right here. I just stuck this little Japan pick in there, which this matches that, and then it fills in that little gap that I was noticing. So now I have this fun box, Santa Land, so it's appropriate probably put a Santa in it, you think, for same lot that I bought. It's a maple leaf. It actually has the tag Hollanders, $7.50. So I'm going to actually back, because it kind of reminds me of snow. So I really like the trees on this box, but I don't have any like that size. I thought I could like use these, make them kind of look like trees. By sticking them into some foam, I think would be fun. I'm gonna go ahead and shorten that up though, because it's too tall. One tree to be a little bit taller in the middle. So we will add on a little bit like that for it to be a little bit taller. So So I'm just going to go ahead and glue them into the foam for right now. Now I'm going to take some of this garland that looks kind of like snow from Walmart, and I'm going to just make it look like these light bulbs, aka trees, are in snow. Okay, so let's see where this will fit in here. I think this is the Santa that I'm going to be using, because I think he'll fit in here nicely. I think I was going to use a tree, but I need something to go into those corners, so I'm going to have to use like a white tree. Okay, you know, you gotta test it out. It's like, okay, is that how I want it to go? I think I'm gonna put the other tree because that's such a deep little pocket over there. And then I have not glued this in yet, so we'll go ahead and glue this in. Gotta get your big pieces in there first. And I like the idea of him being half out, half in. I like them like exploding out of the boxes. I just think that's so fun. Now I have these 3 presents that came off some broken garland that I'm going to go ahead and add in and kind of have them sticking out also of the box. Not everything has to be inside the box. So now I need something in the back, and I have this reflector. It's like a 2-for-1 here, little star with the red in the middle. So I'm gonna try to squeeze it in there. Always a thought afterwards, right? And then I have this blue reflector. I'm going to stick with my colors. And then I'm going to take this little star, I'm going to put it in the middle, another light cover. And I'll see if I can find like something gold. I don't know if these are, oh, that's not too bad. That's not too big. No, one of the little bulbs, little glass beads. That'll go with the gold on his belt and the gold on the presents. And it fits. I have some of these that I'm going to try to make some balloons for Santa to hold. So see if I can get them unwrapped. I mean, because he does have his hand sticking out there. I mean, it's only right that he should be holding a few little balloons, right? Yes. So I'm going to glue the big one down first, which is the red. Do the blue. So I have these little packages of candy canes. I feel like Santa should be holding something, and a candy cane seems appropriate at Santaland. Because, that's what this says. I thought like this part was just too white and needed a little bit more, so I grabbed these. So I'm going to get these glued in, not in the same order of what the bulb trees are in the back. I have these little ones. I have glue all over my hands. And then I'm not actually going to match. I'm going to put them so they don't match. So it gives it a little bit more dimension and kind of looks like to 2 eyes and a mouth right now. But there we go. There. I think I'm going to stick 2 of the bigger candy canes that came in that pack to fill in this space. Because Candyland, Santaland should have candy canes and presents and snow. So I hope that you enjoyed today's creations, taking old ornament boxes. Thank you to all that did not just throw these in the garbage. It's such a blessing to be able to get to work with these and create with all these vintage found items. Yes, gathering doesn't make sense in your stash until you start creating with it. So I absolutely love making things out of ornament boxes and putting all those things that I have gathered into a creation, into a little vignette, a little diorama. I absolutely love them. So give me a quick comment down below. Have you made these? They're so fun, so addicting to make, aren't they though? For those of you who have made them before or just enjoyed watching me go through like, oh, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So again, thanks so much for watching today's video. And as always, if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you're new and you're checking out the channel for the first time and you liked what you saw, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know when I've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys. And you can see what I'm up to. Bye.